Attacking in the AFC has become more and more defined by meta mechanics. Just in FC25 alone, we had the L1 sprint boost, first time through balls, and trivela shots from every angle, just to name a few. But if your attacking game depends on these OP mechanics, you are always reliant on a crutch carrying you, or in this case the ball across the goal line. And with a probable nerf on the next patch, you might be back to square one. So how about learning an attacking skill that will always allow you to create chances and score goals no matter the meta? It's called creating space, and even our community recognized already that it might be better to learn this instead of the next meta crutch. So here are 5 simple and effective ways to create space in the attack no matter the game and time in the season. FC25 is a game where you need to react fast, especially against players who can become really aggressive in their defense. Once they push up high, you might feel like you have no space and lose your tempo, but this is exactly the moment where you need to use the element of surprise and change the tide with your first touch on the ball. 2 questions to answer here. What is the obvious attacking chance, and what is my opponent's defensive anticipation? If both answers are showing in the same direction, then that area is probably going to be occupied and you need to dodge it. And if you can read this situation correctly, you can do it on the first touch on the ball, completely push the defender out of position and create a huge space ahead of you. To easily use this to your advantage, analyze the opponent's defensive anticipation while the ball is traveling. If you can identify the obvious move, simply use your left analog stick and point out the direction away from their move, and then quickly accelerate into the open space they give up with that aggressiveness. One very strong mechanic I can recommend to create space like this is the controlled first touch. Again, before the ball arrives at your feet, take a look at the defender, hold on to your R1, RB button, and tap the right analog stick towards the direction away from the defender's challenge into the space, which should create a huge chance for you. Such attacking fundamentals to create space is one of our top prioritized topics in our one-to-one coaching sessions. If you're interested in becoming better by getting a professional look at your gameplay and an individual trainings program, check the links in the description. If you don't receive the opportunity to create space on the first touch, you can still do it by dribbling, and the fake turns work perfectly here. Once you turn towards a direction, you also indicate an intention of playing, and the first idea that comes to your opponent's head is to defend that opportunity. This can become an easy bait situation for you, and turning exactly away from that direction with the following touch will allow you to get past the defender and easily create space for yourself. This method works very fine in tight situations where you need to turn your back against the opponents and the options seem limited. Don't run. Only use the left analog stick to take one step towards a real threat, make the opponent overcommit to that, and instantly turn towards the other side. Remember, dribbling doesn't always open up space for the dribbler himself, but once you drag the defender with you, it can open up huge spaces for your teammates, which can be converted into goal-scoring opportunities. However, the dribbling is not the only way to outsmart the opponents. There is an extremely good working method, which I call the reverse passing, that creates so much unexpected space. The idea is very simple. Once you pass the ball towards one side, the opponents will mostly think that you will continue passing the ball in that direction, that they completely forget about the initial passer who remains in the opposite direction. If you send the ball back to them, you will find much more free space to work with compared to the first situation. Even in a glimpse of a second, this simple method can change the whole attack. You see, the CDM covers the passing lane and the space directly towards the forward player, which limits me a lot. Passing the ball towards the upper side makes the opponent believe that I would shift the game's direction completely towards that side, so he starts moving even his selected CDM in that direction. But instead of playing the ball there, I pass the ball back to my original dribbler, and now the passing lane towards my forward is hugely open, and upon receiving the ball, she has multiple chances to go for. The reverse passing may deceive the opponent in tight situations and create real unexpected space both in and around the box. Make sure to try it out on purpose, because this unexpectedness can create a huge gap in the defense. In some cases, it might not be about creating the free space forward, but exploring the existing one with your own players. They might be static, or they may not be making runs we wish them to, so let's take control. You need to create movement into the space if that's the case, and triggering runs is the ultimate key. One of the most simple ways to execute a 1-2 pass, which will make your initial passer run forward. Pass the ball to a teammate while holding on to the L1, LB button, and watch the first players run to reward them into the space. If you think your AI player can explore the space ahead of them by running there, make sure to tap the L1 button while pointing them out with your left analog stick. This will make them run only forward. You can also trigger a directed run if you want to specify the direction yourself. Tap the L1 button while pointing them out with the left analog stick, and exactly after, tap the right stick in the direction you want your teammate to run. You will also see the lines that indicate the successful execution of a directed run. If you don't want to trigger a run, you can also take charge of your target without passing the ball by using an advanced mechanic, the player lock. While dribbling the ball, press both your L3 and R3 buttons together, and this will activate the player lock. After that, you need to switch to your target player, which you can do by tapping the right stick in their direction. After taking control, move them into the free space ahead and request a pass. This pass could be any type of a pass like a normal ground pass or a lofted through ball, so the input matters a lot. Last but not least, the skill moves can have a huge impact on creating space for your side. They have two great uses to achieve that. The first one is the ability of the sudden direction change. If you can momentarily change the ball's direction, this can deceive the opponent and create instant space for you. Knowing the opponent's defensive intention is the key. Executing a skill move away from their defensive move will help you dodge them and get yourself free. The second one is the acceleration. If you see the free space ahead of you but realize you will be contested by a close defender if you're not quick enough, you can always use the help of a skill move and get faster. For these kinds of situations, I usually use the step over a lot since they allow you to accelerate in a very short time and you can execute them straight forward. Make sure you see the gap and be ready to commit to it faster than the opponent. Once you accelerate and reach maximum pace, use it to your advantage and explore the space forward. Having the perfect control over the ball is crucial to create space. In fact, we show you how to fully understand the left stick dribbling in one of our latest videos that appears on your screen right now. Click and watch it now to become a master of it in under 4 minutes. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Until next time, take care and peace.